Everyone. I was going to say welcome to the live stream. Hello, AOH.
Hello.
I was going to say let's do a few quick acknowledgments here, and then we'll just get right into it. Let's see, who do we have? Anthony Sanchez, Kevin McLean, Lanetto 402, James Show, Rookie 3059. Jesus Christ, I'm terrible at reading fucking names. Old school NBA fan, Wes Warden. Welcome to everybody. Let's just jump into it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hey, good to see everybody in the chats. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I can see NBA's rigged. NBA's rigged. I see that a few times already. Well, that's not a new thought, but
No, it's not.
why it's rigged is different and new. It'd be great to get King's Speech on. He might be the only one defending the Spurs at this point. I mean, defending the. Actually, no, he'll be defending the hell out of the Knicks. Do we have anyone who would still be defending Wemby?
I mean, not me.
Not you either.
Nope.
Okay, you want to be specific?
Well, so my big issue is I'm tired of people being hyped into things that they're not. Like, I can't remember if it was fucking Shaq or somebody else that said Wemby is the greatest player alive.
Yeah,
and
we can't go very far with Shaq's words.
No, well, I mean, we really can't. But I'm just tired of people being turned into things that they aren't. Like, Wemby hasn't won yet. He hasn't even played 70 games. Like, there's a lot of hype around him, and the reality is, like, I just don't get it. Like, so he's a great defender in the weakest era ever. I'm sorry, I'm just not impressed by that.
You get it a little bit. You get it a little bit. He does some fucking crazy shit on the floor.
I mean, he does. Like, I do. I have to give him something. I guess I just don't blow it out of proportion.
Well, that's what they do now. I mean, they want somebody. Well, or do they? See, we can't even get this far. I was going to say they want somebody else to be the face of the league, and yet they won't stop trying to push LeBron James. So do they want somebody else? I can't. We've barely gotten anywhere with this conversation, and already a little bit torn on the topic. But I wrote down a couple of things. We've had ideas about going live for a while. I've been a little bit too busy. I'm honestly a little burnt out with the NBA by the time the finals finally came around.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And it was, Pineapple has gone missing on us, and we actually really don't know what happened to him. Everybody, in case you're curious. And yes, Rookie, we do know. We know about LeBron being athlete of the century. We'll get to it eventually. I saw that I saw Uncommon's thumbnail, and I was just like, I'm not. There's some things I just can't even listen to. I know Uncommon would have had good things to say about it, but I was just like, fuck me, really? Are you fucking kidding? And Kevin McLean here is talking about Draymond, and before I read anything about Draymond, how about the fact that he's on Inside the NBA? Still piece of fucking trash. And I mean, look at the pieces of trash who continue to be rewarded. It's so I guess from that really pessimistic standpoint, it's not mind-blowing that Time Magazine would do something as disgusting as name him athlete of the century. I mean, the athletes that shoved to the side, I can't even begin to wrap my head around it.
Now, it's hard to make sense of. I mean, Time Magazine has really lost a lot of credibility, so I don't think
they've put some questionable people. They've put some questionable people as Man of the Year and things like that. So, yeah.
without, going too far down that road. Yeah, I don't think they have the credibility that they used to. I mean, there was a time, in the 90s when, Time Magazine was, as LeBron would put it, the A-all be-all. But they're not anymore. They don't have the clout that they used to have, and it's because they threw it away. So whatever, they can have their opinion. I consider them as credible as Bleacher Report. So
yeah, fucking
whatever that means to them.
Yeah. Everybody just start your own website. I meant to do this like a year ago to make fun of Bleacher Report. Just type up whatever nonsense you can come up with and pretend that it means something. Top dog. The Knicks need to get physical with the Spurs for Game 4, the first super of the day, which gives me an opportunity to congratulate the real Cyberius for being monetized. And
yeah, that was a surprise.
Able to receive super chats already. And listen, cult member LeBron James, ass-sucking moron, you need to do a super with every one of your comments or we will get rid of you because you're just too fucking stupid. It's like too stupid to even have on the screen.
I agree.
Start giving the real Cyberius some super chats or go away. Anyway, Cyberius was talking about losing subscribers, which I found strange. I told him nobody's going to know that this show is even live for a good 30 minutes because YouTube won't promote me. And then he complained about YouTube about losing subscribers already. I'm like, dude, you got monetized within your first year. It took me like 4 fucking years.
No, it's been an interesting month. My views have just completely tanked. I don't know why. I mean, maybe my content isn't as good. Like, I'll certainly accept that as a reason. But yeah, it's definitely dropped off. I don't know exactly what's happened.
It's hard, man. I mean, everybody gets tired. I mean, there was a time where people actually moved off and moved on to other things, and you didn't have a 24/7 news channel trying to keep you engaged. It's like you were allowed to not think about basketball during baseball season or during football season, but that's no longer the case. So I tried to warn you, the summertime tends to
for sure.
Tends to not be a good time for the basketball content creators.
I need to shout out in the Lanetto 402 with my first super.
Whoa.
Let me have the honor of giving you your first super chat. Lanetta, not only would you have never been forgotten without this, but you'll certainly never be forgotten now. So thank you so much.
All right.
That's very kind of you.
And now you can send the rest of them to me.
Oh, man.
All right. Yeah, we're small talking until people come in. A little bit of small talking. I was going to say,
you always got to give, people time to recognize that you're live. I don't even know if anybody, the last time I did a live, it wasn't indicating, like, it didn't have the red circle on me to show that I was even fucking live. So I'm not sure what that was about, but yeah, I don't know. They're not going to fucking hold me down. Like, I'm just going to keep doing it, whatever. But
Kevin Mack wants to know where Sports and Fitness Rants is, and I do have good news. His schedule is going to permit him to join us. It'll be like the old Hump Day Rants at noon Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. And he just isn't able to do that yet, but he will soon. I'm hoping that this will allow people on their lunch break on the West Coast and people commuting home to be able to tune in, and I guess everybody in the middle. Tough shit.
No, well, because he works at a school, doesn't he?
Yeah, and the school's getting out really late. I mean, like almost at the end of June.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're similarly here around 17th or the 20th. But yeah, it'll be great for him to be able to have more free time for that. I'm certainly looking forward to it.
Okay, let's slowly work into this. There's gonna be an umbrella thing of overreactions, and this includes some of the things that I thought would be worth talking about. Maybe we'll talk about it on another show or in a members video, but there are two that fell into that category that I'd wanted to talk about. You kind of did like an apology video for overreacting to MJ coddling
Yeah.
LeBron, and you said some things in there that I thought were worth expanding upon. And then I sent you a link to um, what's his name, the only truthful guy that remains, and therefore we never see him
Oh
anymore.
yeah, Rick Bucher.
Rick Bucher. And he was kind of the only one who in the previous series defended Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
And I was like, whether you like Chet or not, Bucher had some interesting insights on it.
I agree.
And for example, imagine if teams of the past, where let's say Michael Jordan's Bulls, who went through the fire before they reached the pinnacle. Imagine if after every season that didn't win you the chip, you said, well, this person has to go. We got to try something else. And so you never had, like, it's amazing compared to what they do with teams today to see how consistent that Bulls roster was and how many of the people on the championship starting five were draft picks, with the exception of very few, and even the bench. And imagine if they were just like swapping out pieces left and right like today because, oh my God, so-and-so didn't do well in this game and fuck him, goodbye. It really gave me some perspective because all I heard was that Chet was dreadful. I have a hard time blaming it all on one person. But whether you blame Chet or not, I think that Bucher had some pretty good points. And one thing that I thought about with you, maybe your reaction to Michael Jordan was based largely upon why we're all overreacting negatively to some people that we're supposed to like because we have expectations for them, and it hurts worse when they don't meet our expectations.
That's absolutely a huge part of it for me.
And I like Wemby. There's a lot to like about Wemby. And I feel like the current campaign is to take Wemby down. And he hasn't even been allowed to be here for very long. And he's being attacked pretty hard. But he's still, whatever he's guilty of, he's still one of the more likable people, isn't he?
I would have to agree with that. And he is one of the better players in the league. So, I mean, I have to give him credit for both of those things. Like, I'm absolutely guilty of not allowing people to be better than the current standard, but because they don't meet my standard, it's not good enough. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I believe in upholding my standard and not lowering the bar or moving goalposts. But who the fuck's going to be Michael Jordan? Like, there's only been one. So, like, am I just a huge asshole for not accepting anybody that can be at the level of my favorite players?
The chances of anyone being Jordan again are decreasing because the chances of anyone behaving like a man in general are decreasing, much less acting like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I'd be happy if we had a star who behaved like a role player from the old days.
No, I agree. And maybe that's where I need to adjust my thinking. Is I keep holding
I
the
don't know.
bottom level.
Because it kind of sounds like we're doing the other thing that has only made things worse, which is lowering standards, lowering expectations, because we know we can't have expectations anymore, but that's only going to get us even worse results if we don't have high expectations. For example, look at who the fuck is athlete of the century. A guy who got away with assaulting a ref, doesn't play any defense, complains about literally anything and everything, including pillows, doesn't have any accountability, and this guy is athlete of the year.
Not even of the year, of the century.
I mean, the century.
And then they didn't even quantify what they mean by that. So did they mean century by the last 100 years, or do they mean since 2000? They're both fucking ludicrous. Like, neither one of them is a justifiable answer. But if it's for the last 100 years, you are including the absolute peak of athletes, and you're saying that he's better than them. Fuck that.
Yeah. You're removing Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Gretzky. You're removing all of those people. Michael Jordan, Jesus Christ, I didn't even bother with the NBA yet. Bo Jackson. Yeah, I mean, Bo Jackson was mind-blowing.
Deion Sanders. I mean, we're talking about absolutely incredible specimens.
Would we not also include how they behaved off the court and what they did for the social movement? I mean, being brave enough during a time where it actually required bravery to speak out.
I genuinely think our language has changed so much. Like the word activist. Activists aren't activists anymore.
No. I mean, what do you do? Click thumbs up on a social media post and you're an activist?
I mean, that's apparently all that it takes now. Like, activists used to be, you were the on the ground floor of something. You were the one. Like, Muhammad Ali is a perfect example of an activist. He paid consequences for his actions.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron hasn't paid any. Well, first of all, I don't even know of any of his actions as far as being an activist. I mean, reading the first page of the Malcolm X book makes you an activist.
I don't know if he read that either.
Well, I mean, it certainly didn't sound like he did.
Part of the breakdown, the series I want to do this summer, just looking at how insanely bad his interviews are, is that he thought he was cool for quoting Jay-Z. And I thought, hold on a second. You can remember Jay-Z, but you can't remember what Malcolm X said, and it's your favorite book.
That says a lot. I mean, it says a lot because he's probably heard, that Jay-Z lyric 1,000 times and has never read even page 1 of Malcolm X's book. So, I mean, yeah, how can you quote or respond to something that, quite frankly, you didn't digest in the first place? I'm looking forward to that. I was going to say, yeah, if you're, I'd love to be a part of that if you're willing to have me, because breaking down his interviews is something crazy.
Yeah. 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 The biggest challenge is going to be not incorporating other interviews that he's done where he directly contradicts himself, because it would make it an even better show, but then it starts getting complicated and I start trying to turn it into like a mini documentary, and then it never actually gets finished. So we'll just go one interview at a time.
I think that's the best way to do it. There's a lot to break down in every interview. I mean, just between the absolute destruction of the English language to how many times he says, I mean, you could just go on and on and on with one interview. So yeah, I don't think we'll have any problem with having plenty of content from that.
Neon Dion, another douche, also an amazing athlete. Yeah, he's kind of douchey, but his athleticism is pretty hard to deny. And yet, as douchey as he is he as douchey as LeBron?
No. And at least he backed up what he said.
Yeah.
I mean, however you feel about him, greatest cornerback of all time. So
Or whatever the case may be, and things of that nature. To be honest. To be honest, whatever the case may be, things of that nature. Binary Bard, hello, welcome. Well, I had an interesting idea for today, and that's to show someone that I don't really like very much, but provided some talking points that we could use.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Say when you share it, I'll add it to the stage, but it starts playing automatically. So I'll just pause it and then you can start it whenever you like.
Okay.
For the Herd's official YouTube channel, make sure to like and.
All right. So everybody just recover that I have Colin Coward on the screen. Take a minute to gather your emotions. All right.
Welcome to the Herd's official YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out Colin Coward Podcast, all of our NFL instant reactions, and more football content.
Oh, we're going to have a good one today. We got ourselves an NBA final. J-Mac yesterday calling it. Take the Spurs, baby. It's the Herd. We are live all across America. iHeart, Fox Sports, good to have you in.
Blah, blah, blah.
We got ourselves a new villain in New York. We got ourselves an NBA final. That was wild. So, oh, God, is there anything more tedious than, man, refs cost us the game? Wemby was the best player on the floor by a wide margin, and Cat was a total no-show. Cat.
He looks like Mike Pence. I've never heard that one. Candle Guy FX says, I didn't get notified that AOH was live. Well, that's why we stalled with small talk for as long as we did. And Lynette gave another super if you want to read it.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we all right, just wanted to say thank you for the live. I don't watch the cringy mainstream media anymore, so you guys, oh my God, get out of the way. My volume is in the way, so I can't see it.
I don't watch the cringy mainstream media anymore. So you guys' channels are all that I have. Well, similarly, I usually only hear the mainstream media from other content creators.
Same with me.
It's cringy as hell. So who's the villain that he's talking about? Was he talking about Trump or Wemby being a villain in town? Because we're not going to get political on this particular episode. Take that super off. I can't do it, but it's too big. I'll give a teaser to the show that Cyberius, Speem, and I are going to do. Stephen A. Smith talked a lot of smack, and without even saying whether any of us agree with him or don't agree with him, I was thinking something at the exact same moment that Speem messaged me about it, and that it almost seems like theater. It almost seems like a WWE script, like, oh, let's pretend that we have beef with each other.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you can't take Stephen A. Smith seriously anymore. What he says on Monday is not what he's going to say on Tuesday. And with him flirting with the idea of talking about running for president. Like him creating a beef could be a move on his part to draw attention to himself. Hell, Trump could even have agreed to be a part of it because no press is bad press these days, it seems.
Apparently not.
Anyway, we don't want to spend too much time on that part, but Colin Cowherd mentioned the villain, and I had to say, I don't even know if he meant the Knicks owner, Trump, or Wemby. But no, we don't know what happened to Pineapple mid-range, and we are actually legitimately concerned.
Yeah, we have no clue. Haven't heard from him in over 2 weeks. But if I hear anything, I will certainly let you guys know.
So what else did he say right there? He said, it's tedious to hear people blame the refs. And I agree, but there are times where that gets let go. Like, I'm not sure I heard Colin Cowherd go after the Lakers, who at least multiple times this season make a big stink about not getting enough calls or for crapping on the refs. And this is why I kind of am tempted to defend Wemby when everybody's talking about him shoving Brunson. And I heard, well, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I think it was a Cowherd and some other people said that the refs were legitimately not looking at the play. And I went and I looked at the play and I was like, you know what? At that moment, they aren't, and the view is blocked. Now, from the fourth quarter alone of game 4, I've got LeBron James blatantly shoving somebody in front of the referee's face with no call.
Yep.
That's what pisses me off, because I always think about, wow, all of a sudden people have eyes. All of a sudden, people remember what rules are and aren't. But where were you, the same people, while LeBron James was getting away with murder?
Well, and let's not even just talk about LeBron. How about the Lakers having a fucking powwow with the refs after the game?
How about Austin Reeves calling a ref a pussy?
Yeah.
And getting away with it. And him being the one who talked about feeling disrespected. I mean, this shit's insane. Why don't you just put Austin Reeves on the cover of Time magazine while you're at it? I mean, LeBron assaulted a ref. Austin called one a pussy. Let's just put them co-athletes of the year.
I just don't understand. Like, again, they have eyes when it's over here. They don't have eyes when it's over here. It's the same fucking thing. Like, I just want consistency. That's all I want. Whether it be with the refs, whether it be with sports media, like, just call it the same for both sides. Stop being pussies.
Yeah, consistency. We would like some consistency. And speaking of consistency, I'd like people to, let me say up front to everyone, I do not watch or break down the plays of these other players the way that I do with LeBron James. When I talk about LeBron James and criticize LeBron James, I can do it with confidence, because I've not only looked, I've looked closely, I've looked zoomed in, and I've looked in slow motion. Now, if I were to come to Wemby's defense, or to Cat's defense, or Chet's defense, or anyone else's defense, I would have to open that up by saying, I didn't see every minute of every game, and I didn't look for a replay of every play. But the fact that everybody's fascinated by the one shove on Brunson is almost disturbing. Because I'm like, okay, is that the worst thing he did in the game? Because I kind of have a hard time believing that Wemby even has the strength to shove him forward like that. I mean, was that a flop by Brunson? And I tell you what, In the moments that I was watching, I've seen Wemby get the shit fouled out of him and play through it. So we got to kind of give a little bit of credit both ways. Now I'm not that play is a little bit volatile to talk about because I'm not defending that shove, but I just think it's interesting how all of a sudden, I don't know, man, people are ready for a bad guy. And that's why I didn't know if Colin Cowherd was saying Wemby was the bad guy or if he meant someone else.
Well, it's hard to say because I think everybody's bad guy is different. When the Spurs were playing the Thunder, SGA was some people's bad guy. Wemby was some people's bad guy. Holmgren was some people's bad guy.
We got at least a couple of people in the chat saying that Brunson was selling it, and they were talking earlier that he flops a lot. Again, I wish I could spend all day analyzing the NBA and feel confident to say if Brunson's a flopper or not, but I don't watch it enough. So I'm not. SGA is better than Brunson, says Sean. Well, that's probably going to piss off any Knicks fans that are watching.
Yeah.
Should we listen to some more?
Yeah, let's.
No points in the fourth quarter. Again, no points in the series in the fourth quarter. And Cat had 1 assist. Cat stunk, and Wemby was unbelievable. That's
why I want King Speech Row on here, because Cat is his guy. And apparently he hasn't exactly been a Mr. Fourth Quarter guy.
Apparently not.
Jimmy James says, not even a Knicks fan, but it's clear that the refs are trying to do everything they can to get it towards a Game 7. So does that mean that they were helping the Spurs? Or are you saying that the refs invited Trump to the game to curse the game?
Making excuses. Plus, the Knicks were sloppy. 13 turnovers led to 21 points by San Antonio. And the team that's won the turnover.
See, I don't usually like Colin Cowherd, but those are legitimate numbers. I talk about how LeBron James's turnovers are points for the other team, and it's hard to win when you're costing your team points at both sides. Again, this is more of a condemnation of Colin Cowherd. If you can see this now, that means you could have seen it when LeBron James was cheating his ass off and playing like trash.
Battle is 3-0 in the series. Stop blaming refs. Wemby defensively, best defensive performance I may have ever seen in an NBA Finals game. Absolutely unbelievable. Yes, there was that Wemby.
Go ahead.
See, that's the shit that I'm talking about. It can't just be the best defensive performance in this finals. It's fucking ever. Fuck off. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They do. Everyone, I told you the umbrella theme would be overreactions one way or another.
Missed foul everybody talked about. Yeah, refs missed it. Sort of like, happens all the time in sports, right? You see it all the time as the Knicks have become very Jalen Brunson dependent. So you see that moment right there, and everybody's like, well, they missed it. Well, look what's happening 3 feet to the left. Keldon Johnson.
That's so unprofessional that this show that has an entire crew of people doesn't have the actual visual on the screen.
And Cat are in a battle royal. So the officials are all looking at that as two bigs go at it, and they're not paying attention to Brunson. So they missed it.
So I did look at that. I know a lot of people in the chat say, well, that's still not an acceptable excuse, but it just so happens that that is true, that the ref that was behind him was being blocked from view, and the other two weren't looking, and they were looking at the two that he says that were also arm wrestling. But here, let me piss you off further, Cyberius. Have you ever played against someone exceptionally shorter than you? Like, if you look at everyone else on the basketball court, they're battling with their arms and shoulders at relatively everyone else's shoulder and arm height. while Wemby has to battle people with his belly button. So when he reaches down to push back, that's definitely going to stand out, and you're not going to succeed very well battling arms and shoulders with a belly button. But again, that sounds like I'm making excuses for him. That's not my goal, but I do think it's kind of worth consideration that everyone out there is fucking wrestling in one shape or form.
I do. I definitely think it's worth noting, when you're almost a foot taller than everyone else on the court, that needs to be taken into consideration.
Just like 13 turnovers for the Knicks. They weren't perfect. The refs missed it. There was literally 2 giant professional athletes going WWE 5 feet from it, and the refs are all looking at that. And so they missed it. 5 feet away.
There were 3 refs. 2 of them were looking at that, and 1 was blocked by Wemby's body, directly behind Wemby. LeBron flopping for 10 years, says Violencia. All of them blind, but now by magic they have eyes, but not for LeBron. That's my point. I am not showing Colin Cowherd because he deserves redemption. I am showing Colin Cowherd as an example of someone who suddenly has eyes.
Richard Jefferson said in game 2 as a broadcaster, the game's out of control. It's too physical. So it's the finals. God. They let physicality reign, and they missed a call. But last night also, the Knicks are getting into a very, very bad pattern. They're becoming insanely Jalen Brunson dependent. He's taken 44 more shots than any other Knick. And we told you before the series, James Harden, Luka, Brunson, these highly ball-centric players wear down over the course of a series. Right now, Jalen Brunson has the highest usage rate in finals history, only behind Jordan and LeBron, who are bigger, stronger athletes. He is wearing down. He is now a minus in the series. He was plus 84 against the Hawks, plus 78 against the Sixers, plus 64 against the Cavs. He's now a minus. He's wearing down. We've seen this with Luka, a much bigger player. We've seen this with Harden. We're seeing it with Jalen. So the Spurs were more balanced. He was plus 8.
I think I've hit my threshold of being able to listen to Cowherd. The point has been made, but this graphic is worth noting. LeBron James, when in 2015, he actually had to not depend upon Kyrie Irving. His usage rate went up, and we know that ended in a loss.
Yeah.
Hey, how many of Michael Jordan's? Because we see Michael Jordan on the screen a couple of times, and I want to make sure I get it right. I don't want to reference one of the finals that Michael Jordan lost. So can you remind me how many of those he lost?
I mean, that's a very valid point. I'm going to have to check my notes here to see which, make sure we're addressing the correct finals. Because was it 93 or 98 that he lost?
Nope.
It's neither of those?
No.
Fucking hell.
So we're guessing that Brunson at a high usage rate is going to end up being successful. Michael Jordan at a high usage rate ended up winning. Michael Jordan at a high usage rate again ended up winning. So you've got Luka and LeBron, the only two. Well, it's premature for me to include Jalen Brunson, but the most important thing is LeBron James with his highest usage rate ended in failure versus Michael Jordan's high usage rate ending in success.
Yeah. And what do LeBron and Luka have in common? They also don't play defense. And they're a feed me the ball so I can shoot a ton. And I just get so tired of this shit. Like, they're trying to prove a point with that graphic, and I don't think they're proving the point that they're trying to make.
Yeah.
Especially because he was talking about burning out. Well, yeah, LeBron burned out. Brunson may be burning out. Luka burned out. Jordan didn't fucking burn out.
Jordan's impossible regular season numbers improved in the postseason. He went from impossible to even better.
And it wasn't just a continual evolution, like from regular season to playoffs to finals. He just continued to get better. The brighter the lights, the bigger the stage, the better he performed.
Yep. You want to put George fun facts comment up?
Yep.
That stupid volume thing. I'm going to remove.
It is.
I'm going to remove Colin.
Yeah.
2015 LeBron 39 cent from the field, if I remember right. Yeah, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say a lot of that was next to the rim.
Without question.
just to get him up to 39%. A Hebrew child says 2007 LeBron 36%. Now that's one that I did break down, so I completely believe that. In fact, going along with my other point, the Spurs' only real strategy was let him shoot from outside. So there you go, 36% for the GOAT. Sports Entertainment Brunson gave that game away. My goodness. There's a comment.
I honestly can't say. I don't know. I haven't watched any of the finals because I couldn't give a fuck. So maybe I'm not the right person to be talking about it with because I just haven't paid attention.
That's
worth noting.
What? Oh yeah, he averaged 41 points a game in 93. I've been getting more and more classic games, and I just wish my computer could keep up with trying to upscale them. But last night I was watching the Rockets and the Spurs from 1995. It must have been the Western Conference Finals or semifinals. Robinson versus Olajuwon. And you should have seen what the refs called those guys for traveling on.
Yep.
Compared to today. I mean, the fact that I've been brainwashed by today's NBA enough now that when I look at that, I say that's not traveling. And then I have to think
it's like, maybe true.
Maybe it is traveling, but it's pretty harsh compared to today. Imagine the numbers that those guys put up, offensive numbers that people put up back then, while being restricted by actual basketball rules.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it feels like the refs were giving 2.5 steps. Like, don't take that second half step or it's a travel.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, we've been brainwashed because they can take fucking 11 steps now. If they take 3, man, it's so different, especially because I've watched a number of the games that you've upscaled. And I mean, not only is it just better basketball, but it kind of plays tricks with your mind. Like the level of defense that they were allowed to play, the just absolutely sound fundamentals of almost every player on the court. When you go back and you watch the modern game, like, I think that's why I have an issue even trying to watch the finals. Is it better than regular season? I'm sure it is. Is it better than the playoffs? I'm sure it is. But it's still not what it was, and that's where I have the problem.
Well, let's read Shades Cal. He says, I guess I'm naive. I've been going out of my way to watch the series, and I'm enjoying it. And good for you. You know, I'm not trying to destroy the NBA, and I've tried watching, but I have a hard time sitting still for that long. Like, breaking down the LeBron James games is absolute torture for me.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
It sucks. But I'm just saying, compared to how I break down LeBron's games, I just am not watching closely enough to speak with confidence, but I do watch. But I walk away and I come back, or I watch it at a bar, something of that sort. But you know what? I think the Knicks and the Spurs as a matchup sounds great on paper. I'm glad it's not a sweep. I'm sad that the story is that it's rigged to not be a sweep. It'd be better if it just naturally wasn't a sweep, but it almost makes me tempted if I had the bandwidth or the revenue from YouTube to break down this entire series. I'd love to go in and see if it's as one-sided as people are claiming. Yeah. And you know who that made me just think about? It made me think about Skip Bayless while we were watching the Thunder get away with murder. Skip Bayless comes on and says it was rigged the other direction, thinking that the reffing was unfair the other direction. And come on. I was like, come on, Skip. Come on. Because he says he's an Oklahoma person.
Yeah.
And so there he goes. Oh, the refs are being unfair to the Thunder. Come on, man. Next you're going to say the refs are unfair to the Lakers.
Well, I mean, that narrative was going around. It's why they had the powwow with the refs at the end of the game with
after Reed's called the ref a pussy. They got a powwow. What the fuck? Rewarding bad behavior. Hey, LeBron's been arguably the shittiest version of himself ever. Let's put him on the cover of Time magazine. Hey, this is your first live in which you can get supers. Do you want to take a call today in our last few minutes? I have a hard 1 o'clock cutoff to go do some things before we come back and record.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right. I think only you can provide the call-in link.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll drop that in the chat. Now I have never taken a call before, so if I fuck this up, I apologize. But we'll see what happens.
The only thing I can say is watch for them down low on the screen, like in the waiting room area, because sometimes it's hard to even know that anyone's there.
Gotcha. Okay.
M. Hunter Stevie, and all the current physicality now looks like toddlers pushing and shoving out of frustration rather than grown men just standing their ground. Yeah, I thought about saying that when Coward referenced Richard Jefferson saying that it was out of control. I'm not sure. I mean, another person that we can't take seriously is Richard Jefferson. And yet most of these... No. Yeah, and yet most of these people that are pretty disgusting are an improvement over the way they were when LeBron was playing. They're like slightly less insane and blind and biased. What's up, panel? And I hope Pineapple Midrange is doing well. We hope so too. We think
he's fucking breathing.
we find it very strange that he would not only not communicate with us, but walk away from a channel that he was very excited about and not post a single thing to it. Like, it just seems like he's gone entirely. It's not like he's blowing us off. He hasn't done anything.
He's disappeared entirely. Which, yeah, that's the most concerning part, is he's just gone. Ruthless Raider 78 says, will Lefico Streak make a waste jam too? I mean, given that, I think Space Jam, the Next Generation, or whatever the fuck it's called, lost like $98 million. Probably not.
Mark Book congratulates you on the monetization.
Thank you so much for that, Mark Book. I genuinely appreciate it.
Reed Kingdom 78.
All right, let's see here. I'm watching Hardwood Classic Spurs versus Knicks game 3. Robinson gets hit in the face, eye. It's clear after the hit caused his eye and face are red. Didn't fall down, cry to the refs. Didn't come out. Yeah, because fucking players back then just played through pain. The game was physical. It wasn't touch football. It was actual basketball, and basketball is a physical game.
Yeah. Where we talked a couple of weeks ago about just the difference between the mentality of men staying on their feet versus planning to fall down, having zero intention whatsoever, even if they, whatever the contact is, just planning on falling down versus the mentality of, I'm not going to let you knock me down.
Well, and I think that's really the deciding factor is like it's intent. They have no intention of staying on their feet. I mean, they're, regardless of whatever I think about them, they are professional athletes. They are capable of not falling down every fucking 2 minutes.
See, now I know you have some negative energy towards Wimby, but I keep seeing mentions of Brunson as a flopper. Are you aware of Brunson as a flopper? Or you haven't been watching?
So what's interesting is I actually don't have any point of reference for Brunson. Because I watch so little of the modern era, and when I do, it hasn't been the Knicks. So I just don't really know. But the reality is, like, obviously all of this is hearsay. I haven't seen it for myself. But when they talk about players of today being floppers, I just immediately assume that people are correct and that they are. Like I just feel that I can take their word for it.
We already read Mark book. Right. Time Magazine was like, whatever credibility we have left, let's just fucking get rid of it. Did you listen to Uncommon's video? I don't think I'm going to, but did you?
I did. And he makes some incredibly excellent points like he always does. You know, he's pointing out all of the fucking ludicrousy of, you realize that you're highlighting a guy that has flopping tapes that, you know, are compilations, that has quitting on his team compilations, that has whining and crying compilations. Like,
Well, everybody, I will take this time to say that in the spirit of continuing what we're going to do in the summer, which is Wednesdays with sports and fitness rants, Cyberius and I will be back next Wednesday. That way, even though YouTube won't inform you, you can know now because we're saying it. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, no, that's great.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a little bit off of our chests. There's a lot more to unload, but we're going to unload that. Sure. We're going to unload that in a special episode with Steam Engine later today. Well, hey, congratulations again.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for the supers. That is incredibly appreciated, both for AOH and myself. Always want to acknowledge and thank you guys for showing up and tuning in. And excuse me. And we will be back next Wednesday.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Until then, see you guys later.